At 77 kilograms, Pat Smith in the red, Kamal Bey in the blue. It was Kamal Bey taking match number 1 by tech fall.
And hard opening pace here set by Pat Smith. It was a tech fall last time for Kamal Bey as Pat goes to a 2-on-1. And a point of emphasis, you know, officiating is that if you get to a control die, they want to see you work to try to score from it. So they'll call what they're calling negative wrestling.
Planted it in the center, both guys. Smith trying to take a little ground there. Kamal circles his way back.
And blue passivity here. And 1, so.
And they're gonna put him down.
Bey's gonna get put down. This is how the first match started too.
Low gut here. Attempt from Pat Smith. And oh, Pat Smith almost takes it through, but Kamal's gonna reverse it. He'll pick up a point of his own, so knocks this thing at 1.
There's that spin drill coach had you do 1,000 times.
It worked out for him.
And Pat grabbing the hand there. Now they're letting Kamal get to his lift here. Sometimes he'll go reverse. Didn't that time. 1-1 now. Bey's lead by the last score. Back to the control ties there for Pat Smith. Not hanging any particular tie terribly long as we're coming up on a minute to go.
Pushing and pummeling here, looking for that drag. Finds himself in on a 2-on-1. Pat Smith, and now they clear. 45 to go here in the first. 1-1 your score.
You don't mind this kind of a match if you're Pat Smith. He looks for that underhook. He's keeping the pace really high, not putting himself in many vulnerable positions.
There he goes, attacks the head.
Kamal's only 1 opening away from 4 points. We'll just see if he can find one. Kamal's got a bloody lip.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well.
Probably because he's in basically a street fight right now.
Yeah, I mean.
It is. That is a physical hand fighting coming from Pat Smith.
Really hard left club from Smith.
They're going to clean up some of this blood.
Kids on the mat to clean up the blood.
Smith on the team in 17, U.S. Open champion in 17, and a 3-time Pan American champion to his credit. Training on Minnesota Storm.
Here's a little longer now than it was in that picture.
That's right.
Well, I think you should grow it out. I like that big curly look.
Do you?
His is bigger and puffy and curlier than mine.
Yeah.
Mine might be longer, but he's got more volume.
Yes. We're looking at trying to clean that lip up of Kamal Bey.
Put some Vaseline or something on there. That stingy stuff, maybe. I don't know what it's called, but you know the stingy stuff I'm talking about?
Yeah, the stingy stuff.
Stingy stuff.
I think that's what it's called.
Maybe it is.
You get it at the drugstore, ask for the stingy stuff.
Excuse me, man. Can I get the stingy stuff?
Everyone
yeah.
knows. Maybe hydrogen peroxide is what it's called, but
there's some other stingy stuff.
I think pharmacists know it, the stingy stuff.
I'll find out. I know a couple pharmacists.
Okay. Allegedly. Here we go, underway, second period.
1-1. Let's go. Bey leading Smith on criteria. Ooh,
Here we go. Good opening for him. Man, this is really intense. And he's bleeding again. There's blood all over Pat Smith's arm.
And Pat Smith's gonna take him out of bounds.
Wow.
And we're gonna have the doc come back. The doc just looked down and finished putting his gear or his bag underneath the seat or something. He looked up, and the ref was like, come back out. Son of a buck.
Son of a buck.
Son of a buck, yeah. That's a good way of saying.
I like it.
Thanks. So let's, we're here in Rutgers. We're having a great time. Let's not forget next week, Christian, Lincoln, Nebraska, Jordan Burroughs, Adam Kuhn, Adeline Gray, among others, Fix and Gilman.
I thought about it. I'm going to go. What do you think?
I have to just look at my calendar and see what I've got going on. I'll probably go.
Keep it open.
All right. You know what? I'm in.
Sweet.
The heck with it. I'm in. It's going to be a lot of fun. 2 sessions again next week in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And tell you what, Lincoln, you better get it together because Rutgers right now has a massive crowd.
Yep.
Jordan Burroughs, James Green, get your people out. Because New Jersey showed up tonight.
They showed out. Look at that crowd. Packed the rack. A lot of good things coming up. World team will be determined after next weekend. Well, except for, I guess, one weight.
I mentioned Kamal Bey earlier. Attended Oak Forest High School, Kamal Bey, trying to become the second Greco-Roman world teamer from that high school. Ellis Coleman, an OPR graduate, made the world team in today's.
So more stingy stuff on the lips of Kamal Bey.
And of note for Minnesota.
But I feel like hydrogen peroxide just cleans it. It doesn't actually prevent it from bleeding more.
It
and
does
I think
not
the stingy
coagulate.
stuff,
You know,
our
friend, the wrestling nomad, cut himself shaving today.
Oh, like 12 times.
Hold on, listen.
Sorry.
He cut his face and he was bleeding all over the place here. And so listen, he said, give me some sugar packets, and he rubbed sugar packets in his wound. And he says this is like a thing you're supposed to do. Only wrestling nomad. We're now underway in the
Dr.
second
Nomad.
period. He's a witch doctor, maybe. 2:30 to go in the second.
2-1. Pat Smith with the lead. And immediately the nose plug or whatever it was. I think it was
Now
a
the
nose
veteran
plug.
ref move is going to give this a swipe. Wow, he goes hands on it. Not leaving anything to chance.
And it hits
As
Josh
he-
Conklin's camera.
As, man,
Comic relief.
2:10 to go.
Lots of time left in this one. They're in the center, pushing and pummeling. And now Kamal tries to drive him to the edge.
And there he looks for that kind of little elbow control duck he hits.
And when he hits that duck, man, he squats so low, literally his butt almost bounces off the ground. But then it explodes right back up and sometimes clasps his hands right around your body and fling.
2-on-1 again for Pat Smith. Avoiding the positions where he's vulnerable. Could we see another one going 3?
It would be something. Free wrestling, Christians, that's what I call it. Extra matches at no cost. And he's gonna take Kamal to the edge.
Actually, they're charging $6.50 per extra match.
Oh,
So,
shoot.
Sorry. Minute 10 left. A 1 would put Bey in the lead. But there have not been many openings. And really, it's Pat Smith's, I'm going to say motor, but just strength and positioning has kept Bey at bay. Promised myself I wouldn't use that
Yeah,
pun,
you
but
just
I
did.
just couldn't resist it.
Yeah.
I made it almost 2 matches.
And now we got into the zone. Kamal looks for that duck again to the opposite side. Now he goes tripod, hand on the mat. 35 to go. Pat Smith with a 1-point lead. And there it is again. Yeah, Pat Smith doing a great job with the position here.
And if you're Smith, you got to be careful you don't drive too hard. Well, look, drags right into it. Oh, couldn't quite get it. 1 foot away. Kamal thinks he stepped out. He did not step out.
He's gonna try it again. Kamal's gonna try to. Well, now Pat goes back to the center wisely. 10 seconds to go, and could Pat Smith come back from after getting tech falled to pick up the win?
He's going for it. Wow, 3 seconds. Not going to happen. Match number 3 coming up. 2-1 win for Pat Smith. Man, not a lot of points, but that was violent.
Yeah, good action in that one. Hard fought wrestling.
Yes, sir.